Hey guys, what's good? Welcome to Order of Opinion. My name's Tim. This is my co-host Anthony.
What's good, guys?
And today we are continuing our ranking of all the Harry Potter movies in the Harry Cinematic Universe.
I can laugh every time that gets said, but yeah.
We are ranking them from the shittiest to the greatest using our 10-point scale. Today.
Greatest Harry Potter movie.
Greatest
not
Harry
movie.
Potter movie.
Definitely
yeah.
not movie.
I don't think any of those get close to that. But yeah, so we're going over the Harry Potter Cinematic Universe. We've already done the Chamber of Secrets and Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Which was number 8 and the worst Harry Potter movie for both of us.
Yeah, and for Fantastic Beasts, we haven't given a rank on that yet because we haven't gotten to that part of the list.
But our score was, I think I gave a 7.1 on that.
And
you gave some sort of 7.
Yeah. And for Chamber of Secrets, it was number 8. I gave it a 5.
And yeah, it was number 8 on my list, and I gave it a 5.1.
So go ahead and go on iTunes or SoundCloud or Stitcher and check those out. Download. Please subscribe.
Yeah.
That'd be great. And also check out...
You don't even really got to listen.
Yeah,
just fucking download it, subscribe it. I don't give a fuck. You can follow us on Twitter, too, at Order of Opinion. And
if you like that, then you can always check out our breakdown of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yep. Every movie.
Where we get into some shenanigans over some superhero shit.
Yep.
Yep.
So, and then after the Harry Potter series, we're going to do Star Wars.
Yeah, and that should be out about January.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Yep.
And we will be doing Rogue One.
Yep.
And that should be out right around when it comes out.
But to Harry Potter...
Potter, as Quirrell would say, we're doing Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
Oh, God.
I have it at number 7 on my list, and I gave it a 6.
Yeah, it was number 7 on my list, and I also gave it a 6. How convenient that we have the same score.
Yay.
Yeah, I was... A 6 is about as far as I can go. It's not bad considering that, we just literally rewatched it, and what is it, 15, 16 years old? So,
yeah.
I'm not even judging it on the graphics or anything. I was just fucking bored the majority of the movie.
I think it has to set so much up that it just is it feels like it's putting too much in your face.
And I don't think, like I said, I don't know if you can necessarily judge Harry Potter movie by movie like that as opposed to the whole body of work.
Yeah.
'Cause I think the whole body of work, if you just had somehow 8-disc DVD changer that would play it simultaneously right after the next movie came up with no credits in between, how good would 14-hour movie be? Harry Potter? Probably be really good.
Yeah, it would be super satisfying at the end.
That's something to do LSD and do for sure.
Yeah,
take the movie, cut out all the credits, and just play it simultaneously.
Do some LSD, watch Harry Potter miss a game and pitch a no-hitter. It's on my list. But yeah, so I totally agree. I think that if it maybe had it's the first one, right? So you have to explain all this stuff, and a lot of it gets dedicated towards they're in this class and they learn this spell, and it's again we see in the Harry Potter
They're
universe,
setting up the world. That's hard to do.
Yeah.
Especially for people who haven't read the book. It just looks fucking stupid.
I think what the problem with the movie though is that with the book, it's however many pages. With the movie, it's so narrow that all the things that they are setting up end up coming back to help them later, and it's just a fuckload of foreshadowing and exposition.
Yeah.
Even though when you add in all the extra shit...
Well, and we know that Harry Potter is the land of convenience.
The land of... Yeah, everything they need is at their fingertips because of magic. And if it's not magic, it's Harry Potter figuring shit out well beyond his age.
And how easy is that? We need to write some goddamn movie scripts.
Right?
That just revolve around magic.
Well,
you can make a movie good with about anything. You could literally do anything at any point that you want to do. Throw a wrench in there. Go ahead.
Look at Now You See Me.
That movie sucks, though.
It sucks, but they don't even bother to really explain it because they're no, they're actually magic. Like, it could have been cool if you actually explained it in some fucking Ocean's fucking 11 shit, but no, just magic. Same thing with Harry Potter, just magic.
Yeah.
And if it's
just
not
magic, dude.
If it's not magic, it's someone showing up at the right place at the right time, which might be magic too.
Which is pretty much all of the plot lines for Harry Potter.
Or if you just believe hard enough, you get what you want, which is also like
well, no, and you have to remember everything's designed, especially to come up luckily when you most need them.
Yeah.
And only when you most need them.
There's a room for that. There's a bird for being loyal. There's a sword that just appears when you need it most.
The stone will only show up when you need it most.
Yeah.
Or, no, excuse me. The person looking for it, this is how he said, he's like, the person looking for it, but doesn't want it.
Yeah, they won't use it.
Or, yeah, that won't use it.
Like, okay, what if Harry Potter, why wouldn't he want to use it? Is he so righteous?
Yeah, because everyone's kind of acting like, well, yeah, he's cool and all, he's great. He lived the Voldemort attack, but he's got a little bit of Voldemort in him.
Well, yeah, a little bit. What you end up finding out later is a lot of it. Which I guess they start foreshadowing a little bit of that he's like connected to Voldemort and whatnot. But other than that,
I also just think like the conclusion of this movie, the overall end of the conflict was so fucking whack. It's again. And this is my problem with Harry Potter movies, and I'll let you speak after I say this, is that every single fucking time he meets the bad guy at the end of the movie, the bad guy has to explain everything that he did throughout the movie, all of the mysteries that Harry Potter had to figure out, and what he's going to do to Harry Potter before he attacks him.
Yeah, and somehow it's connected to Voldemort actually being there.
And my other question to you, since you know about Harry Potter like that, was this Voldemort's first move? Because he was trying to kill Harry Potter. He told the dude, kill Harry Potter. Yeah. So did he just need the stone at first because Dumbledore's fucking crazy, supremacist, selfish ass is keeping a fucking made of stone with a dude so they can live longer?
Right? No, yeah, right? I think it is.
And so that is what Voldemort was going to use. Of course, wizards, same fucking Marvel premise that everything they do for themselves, that they get over greedy with their magic science, fucking leads to something worse. Because the bad guys use it against them.
No, it's
so
totally
my question
true.
is to you, was he initially using the stone to become, the fucking seaman Voldemort and live forever and not care about Harry Potter? And then he failed, and then he was like, okay, now I need Harry Potter alive to get his blood and all that shit. Yeah. Like, is that what happened? He failed his first objective and then had to keep Harry Potter alive? Because he seemed like to me he didn't give a fuck about Harry Potter living in the first one.
Yeah, totally. I think that is exactly what his plan was, and it was probably...
Because I don't know shit about the books. And
yeah.
We got to state that, we're not judging these movies off of, like, what the books explain. We're just looking at it purely from if we didn't read shit about the books and know nothing, and we're watching these fucking movies.
Yeah.
So don't send the anthrax to him, not me.
So, yeah, these fools... apparently he has to live in the back of some dude's head, thinking all his dirty thoughts.
Master, you are not strong enough.
I have strength enough for this.
And I think,
All his pervy fucking child molesty thoughts.
Yeah, some weird shit going on there. Yeah, I think that is his plan, is that he doesn't need Harry Potter now, which you find out he does later on multiple times.
Yeah.
Apparently. And what...
And to need his blood, and I know we're skipping movies, but to need his blood, does he need Harry Potter alive? Like, I didn't really get that either.
I think
and a lot of things they just sort of don't explain either. So it kind of, does it make you appreciate the movies how much they balance just character development and explaining the world? Because there's a lot of shit they just don't explain and just happens.
Yeah, in the movies, as opposed to the books, they don't really explain the Sorcerer's Stone. They don't go into a lot of what they do in classes or anything like that. They don't really show these people learning. Or having...
That's a common theme.
Yeah, having any sort of... Like, this is the only one that actually shows them in class really, like, learning a lot of shit, or multiple classes.
Yeah.
The other times they're not even in class. They're, like, in the library bullshitting about shit that they're doing on their own time.
Or going out illegal, or going out and breaking the rules.
Yeah, the rules and the law.
And apparently wizards have no control of security. Their own fucking castle.
Their security is some pervy child molester with a red-eyed cat who walks around at night looking for kids.
I'll murder you!
I'll get you this time, Mary. No, yeah, he is the Scooby-Doo villain of the fucking... He's just like... He's the classic Scooby-Doo groundskeeper. He isn't really involved, but he's just annoyed, and he looks mean. He's not the bad guy. He's just a dick.
But yeah, I think the movie was just a little too slow. I think, like I said, the conclusion was just weak. Like it's just all right. When's the next one coming? It makes you want to watch the next one, but it makes you not care about this one somehow.
Exactly.
I don't know if that's good or not. I don't know if that's the plan, but
well, and what's crazy with this one too is, like you said, the conclusion's really weak and it's convenient. Like the way he defeats him is just like, okay, that just sort of happened naturally.
And my question is too, when he flew. And we'll talk about this, but when we'll get to the movie now after I say this, but when he flies through him, his fucking ghost monster, whatever,
yeah, just does it.
Flies through him. Should that have killed Harry if he didn't have the Sorcerer's Stone?
I don't know, because maybe Quirrell is a Horcrux, and that's just like the image that, because all the other ones shoot his face out of it, right?
Yeah,
it doesn't really harm them, except for the water one, like almost drowns them, I guess.
Well, because Voldemort kind of like does his own thing all the time and never shows up anywhere.
No,
unless he has to.
Tells people what to do, and he lives on the back of their head. He's the fucking blackhead from hell. Tells you what to do.
So the movie starts off
slow as fuck.
Yeah, they're on Privet Drive or Pivot Drive or the fuck.
And Dumbledore has to remove the light one at a time.
Yeah.
Which they show later on that it doesn't, but he does. Just to take a little extra time.
With their super Halloween Town spirit fucking costumes.
Yeah.
I didn't really know that they were actually, like I said, in Chamber of Secrets, he was trying to look like the Pope, but in these ones, they look like, fucking costume.
No, they look like
wizards.
It's Harry Potter, meets Lord of the Rings in the first one, but with like a little pizzazz of like Liberace.
And so they start talking, and they're subliminally introducing Harry Potter.
Well, he's talking to McGonagall.
Yeah,
which thank God
she's kind of like, can you trust a homeless giant with Harry Potter?
Well, apparently not. He's riding a flying motorcycle with this kid in his coat, and you assume there's no obviously there's not a car seat.
Yeah.
Or any sort of protection. It shows him squish a cake later, so the fuck. He's like, oh, look, little bugger just took it out.
He's like, yeah, I hope I didn't wake him.
Yeah.
And then Dumbledore says,
Hagrid, just tell me next time.
It's like, don't cry, Hagrid. I won't tug your dick anymore. No,
yeah. He probably could.
Yeah.
Hagrid's probably got a huge dick.
A huge
probably
giant
slaps
dick.
McGonagall with it every time she gets out of line.
Why he has to fuck a giant lady. Like, that's the only... But yeah, McGonagall, thank God they didn't show her transform. Because they did not have the ability... Well, later on when it mattered, they were like...
No, twice. She was the cat first.
No, I mean, but they didn't actually show it. Because I think in their mind, they're like, we can only pull this off once before it looks stupid, so we'll save it for the classroom.
It looked like fucking Sabrina.
It looked like Animorphs, bro. Like the cover of an Animorphs book. Jesus.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they're talking about how Harry is basically, he's broke now because his parents are dead, but he's not really
He's
broke.
the one who lived.
The one who lived.
When Voldemort slapped him with his penis, it killed him. Like, no one knows how that works.
Yeah.
No one knows how it works, because Voldemort is a giant penis. So is he a penis with a penis? No one knows. They send him to an internment camp. That's where Harry Potter ends up, because he's basically at a forced labor camp now.
Yeah, and Dumbledore's like,
this is the only family he has. He can't be famous in our world. He has to be tortured for years.
Because as you see later on, does Dumbledore really care about Harry Potter?
Not at all.
And the lady was even like, look, dude, we've been like surveying this place for fucking like days, and these people are horrible.
They're monsters.
And he basically says, well, yeah, he's just going to have to deal with it. He doesn't need to be at the right time. And I wonder what that right time is, you dickhead.
Yeah, well...
Fuck you, Dumbledore.
Dumbledore's like, I've got this all planned out. I've got 16 years to look at him as a boy. And so... And on the 17th year, he'll be a man.
So he basically said, yeah, like, he's going to have to deal with it. He shouldn't be a celebrity in the wizard world.
And then fast forward to grown Harry sleeping in a closet.
Yeah, right? I get the child abuse thing, but it's like, bro, they're taking it to a whole other level.
No,
they're basically say some British people are scumbags.
And in the other one, they say they're starving him.
Starving him. Well, no, they look like they're starving him.
Well, supposedly.
He has bummy clothes. He like, when he came out, first off, his brother starts it off by, like, slamming on the stairs, like, we're gonna go to the zoo.
And asbestos just falls into his face as he's sleeping. Good thing he's magic.
Which he probably does all the time because his fucking 500 fucking pound uncle is walking upstairs all the time.
Well, he probably sleeps on the bottom floor.
He probably has a Stairmaster, actually.
You mean one of those chairs that floats up it? Yeah. No, see another use they could have had for Harry if they were nice to him.
And I think, honestly, the wizards and witches were just too lazy to take care of him. They just didn't want to fucking take care of a baby.
Well, they said it's for his own good, right?
Yeah.
Like, he can't live with other wizards. Motherfucker, send him to another country.
Because if you peep, other than the Weasleys, like, they kind of show that having too much kids kind of fucks your life up in the wizard world.
Not
the Weasleys are poor, you know, and all that shit. Lucius just has one kid. They normally just have one or two kids.
How do wizards make money?
They can create money, probably.
Well, they can't create their own money, I'm guessing. But like, so do they have a wage or?
No, there probably is like money that can't be magically made that is used by wizards or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But so do they have wages for their jobs? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, they do. Remember? Because Lucius said Weasley's a poor fuck. He doesn't get OT.
For all the raids they're doing, the pothouse raids, stopping Professor Sprout's grow up.
Lucius is a dickhead.
Yeah.
I could see him doing that, just snitching.
I wish he was in this movie so we could see his monotone ass. But anyway, yeah, so he's just getting abused and abused. He has to make breakfast.
He has to serve them, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, quick, boy, my coffee.
Yeah, and then Dudley loses his shit over not having the same amount of presence. Like, he deserves anything for fucking sitting there screaming like a little bitch.
Yeah, because it's not even that okay, he's a dick to Harry or whatever. He's, like, that kid just sucks.
Yeah.
Like, it has nothing to do with Harry.
They raise him to be a complete asshole.
And you see later on what he becomes.
Oh, he's a thug. He's a gangbanger. And the only reason you know that is because he's wearing a soccer uniform.
Yeah.
And that's the thing over there.
And, like, they cut off his meals and all that shit. So that's sort of weird. They go to the zoo.
Because Dudley wants to go to the zoo, and he expects the animals to perform for him.
Yeah.
Have they never been to a fucking zoo before? How old is he? Like, it seems like the zoo's not that far
Maybe
away.
in Britain, that's, like, the thing to do when you're 13. Is finally you get to go to the zoo.
That place is depressing, then. If that's what your shit is going to the zoo.
Well, Harry's life's pretty fucking depressing, so.
Well, he probably was just happy to get some fucking fresh air. Like, who cares if he had to be at the zoo?
And they still make him wear these bummy-ass clothes.
Right, all of them are dressed up.
Yeah, all of them are dressed up. Like, even if you're ashamed, like, you're basically telling the world that you abused this kid, essentially. Because why is he the only one wearing poor clothes?
Well, because he's the special one in the family.
But if you notice at the zoo, he was kind of like walking alone, like not with them.
Yeah, they probably don't want to be associated with him. They're like, this is dumb Harry Potter. He doesn't like when new people come. And so, yeah, then he ends up talking to, like, a Burmese python, and then he makes he disappears.
Has this weird-ass CG conversation, like...
Yeah, where it just shakes its head up
you
and
were
down.
bred in captivity. You can hear me.
Me too.
I don't know my parents, if you don't know what the story means.
So he's telling the snake his life story, and then fucking...
But like you said, like, no, if what they show later on with his snake speak, right? If that motherfucker was talking like that, you don't think people are hearing that shit?
Well, they probably...
He's just going, suck my penis.
Well, yeah, I mean, again, he's the special one, so they were just like, that's normal, he does that.
Oh, yeah, because his cunt aunt's like, yeah, my fucking sister was the actual cunt.
Yeah. So they fucking, he makes the glass disappear, I guess.
Yeah.
And the fat boy falls in. And makes a big old splash. Snake escapes. Glass is back.
Yeah.
First bit of magic.
And the 500-pound uncle automatically assumes it's him, so you assume just that he probably knows something.
Well, yeah. They do make it seem like that, because when he gets, which is the next scene, he starts getting... Dun 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 dun. Some fucking letters from Hogwarts.
Yeah, how stupid is he? Like, he's delivering the mail and he's like holding his mail hella out so that his stupid fucking stepbrother or whatever cousin can see it.
And his cousin can't fuck with the fact he gets a letter.
He can't even let him have a letter.
Right? Because who the fuck would mail you, Harry?
He still has to go.
Yeah, well...
he didn't know that, yeah. But
yeah.
At the end, that means I'm still like, he doesn't even let him have fucking mail.
So he just grips his mail, tears it up, and Hogwarts' reaction to that is, let's make this fucking human or muggle go crazy.
And they do.
And they do.
They just send a fuckload of letters and it pisses off this family.
They spam
so
him.
much. This is how much abusive his aunt and uncle are. They do that so much that they fucking move to a lighthouse, like a grimy-ass lighthouse.
In the middle?
To
Where
avoid
is
his
that?
mail.
Super cutty.
So my question is, are they actually protecting him?
No, I think they're just fucking crazy.
But think about it. His parents died because of the magic world. So maybe they're like, fuck those people. Maybe they weren't necessarily like that until they got killed.
I think they were. Just because the mom hated the mom. Like,
but did she hate her because, like, she felt resentment for, her being that way? Because she died from it. She died because of fucking magic.
Well, they're like the one Muggle family you see that just hates wizards. Like, they don't fuck with wizards.
Okay.
Because I think
I don't know. I think there might be some. Because why would he care so much? If he really didn't care about Harry Potter, why would he care so much?
Well, I mean, they basically they show you that at any time a wizard can just come and fuck with these people, and no one gives a shit.
Well,
so I guess he was just scared.
That leads us to this.
To Hagrid.
Just thinking it's okay to break down a fucking door.
He doesn't break it, he blows it off. Put like a C4 charge on the other side. Was like, sorry about the door.
And gives him his fucking illiterate cake to Harry Potter. As Harry Potter's like life is so depressed that he's making his own birthday cake in the dirt.
It's like, sorry, Harry, I sat on it on the ride over.
It'd have been funny if they had Harry lick the dirt that he was writing in.
Probably smells like giant ass, but it'll still be good. Made it myself.
And the kid still eats it. The fat cousin still eats it.
And that's when you get the fucking, that's basically when he tells him that he's a fucking wizard and...
You're a wizard, Harry.
Yeah, that face like, oh.
He sees him light the fucking...
How can I be a wizard? I'm just normal, dumb, retarded Harry Potter.
He sees him light the fucking fire, and he's basically like, oh shit.
And of course the dad's tripping balls, so he points a shotgun like he rightfully should if somebody breaks your fucking door down.
Yeah.
And Hagrid just thinks it's good, being a magician, to just bend his fucking shotgun. And when he says fuck Dumbledore, which he has the right to say as a goddamn citizen and human.
This is in America. They don't have free speech in fucking Harry Potter land.
Well, I'm saying Hagrid's like, points his wand like a gun. Like a gun. Because it is a gun, essentially.
Well, yeah.
It can kill. It can do things to fuck you up. And basically says, you don't have the right to free speech to hate on Dumbledore in front of me. Because I'm a giant and a magician.
It's not a magician does tricks. They're wizards.
Wizards, whatever.
A magician. Hagrid sort of is. If they're all wizards, Hagrid is a magician. Because he only knows tricks pretty much anyway.
Yeah, but he threatens them. And then he gives their kid a fucking tail.
Yeah, and then he steals...
Like, where in the world do you think that shit's like, okay? I don't get the wizard world,
He does
bro.
that, then he abducts their child. Well, they're. I mean, it's not their
They're
child.
guardians.
They're guardians of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he takes him to fucking some shady.
Well, after he gives him the explanation of like what Hogwarts is and his father and.
You've never heard of Hogwarts?
Yeah, he's like, I'm the keeper of keys. I put them all in my butt. I have a giant butthole.
That's where I keep him. So Hagrid explains that, but that scene was like, it was probably the coolest scene of the movie, damn near, because you just get to see people freak out and Hagrid threaten a bunch of people.
Yeah, that's when you see the cunt aunt basically say, yeah, you know, you're fucking my sister, your mom. She's a fucking wizard witch bitch.
Yeah, it's basically. And
so they knew.
Yeah, they knew the whole time, but they were just trying to avoid ever telling Harry. But then he would have become like an Obscurus or something, right?
Yeah.
Because he would have gotten suppressed
essentially
magic.
And he might have been the super Obscurus.
Yeah, he would have been the Voldemort Obscurus.
Yeah.
Would it just be Voldemort's dick face on front of it? A little hole for a nose? Pee-hole nose?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
So yeah, apparently he has the right to give the kid a tail. Then they start walking to fucking... Hagrid wants to show Harry Potter where he gets his hair on. And he's like, oh, you can find it anywhere if you want to find it.
He's like, but first we have to go to the bank run by angry people.
And no motherfucker... before they go into the magic Diagon Alley, no person on Earth could see a 11-foot fucking giant walking on their streets.
No, they do, and he even says, like when they're walking...
What are you looking at?
Yeah, when they're walking on the
Because wizards
bridge.
could just threaten people all the time.
Well, when you're that tall, they don't know you're a wizard. They just see you as a fucking giant.
If I was 11 feet tall, I'd expect motherfuckers to look at me.
Yeah, how is that okay? How has he not gotten captured by someone yet?
I don't know.
How is he not in the NBA? Like, he doesn't even have to...
Because he probably can't run up the court.
Who cares?
He probably breaks the court as he's running.
Right? He doesn't have to dunk, though. He just has to reach up and put the ball in. Like, he's the best center ever. That's complete coverage.
So he tells Harry that he needs, his wizard kit, right? A pet, a wand, some books.
And a dildo.
And a dildo.
For a fleshlight, I guess, in Harry's case. No, yeah, they need.
Well, that's what Hagrid has to use.
Well,
Like you said, he can only fuck giant women, so he
Yeah,
has to
they
have
get
the
a
giant pussy flashlight.
special made flashlight. No, yeah, because they know that they're just hitting puberty and they're making them live together in dorms, so they gotta have some.
Yeah.
That's standard issue.
Well, as we can see, the wizard kids, boys are just assholes, and the wizard girls just kind of accept them being assholes, and they're fucking whores.
Yeah. And so then they go, he's like, well, we need money. So they go on a roller coaster ride through Goblin Land and fucking end up at a door with a fuckload
Well,
of
because
money.
he's like, how can I afford these things? I haven't any money.
Yeah. And Hagrid's like, you're rich, Harry.
And he's fucking rich.
Apparently, he's got a lot of fucking stacks in there. Some fucking...
Goblins run the bank.
Yeah,
Apparently,
and then there's
Vern Troyer,
Vern Troyer apparently was Grip Hook. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's sick. He was Mini-Me and a goblin in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And he showed his dick on TV when he pissed in a corner off his wheelchair on, what was that?
Surreal Life.
Surreal Life, yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah, so they go find out that Harry is chipped out. His parents left him fucking dough. And then the dun-dun-dun, they go to the vault with the fucking Sorcerer's Stone.
Yeah, well, you don't know it then,
Or,
but yes.
Well, what I was thinking was it was Heron. Because Hagrid looks like he's fucking really shipping drugs right now.
Or a big old brick of, like, some wax or something. Some of that red wax that makes you live forever when you dab it. Yeah, that's the Sorcerer's Stoned.
The Sorcerer is stoned.
Yeah.
Hagrid's stoned. All the time.
Could you just put your wand up to your mouth and, like, is there a spell where you could just, like, start...
You could probably just twist your memories and, like, give yourself a euphoric fucking feeling.
Just make yourself high?
That'd be great.
That would be great. I mean, but if that's the case, how come more wizards aren't high all the time?
They are high all the time.
Well, they make some high-ass...
Dumbledore's high.
Dumbledore looks... that's why he talks like that, because in his mind he's talking normally, but otherwise he's like, I just smoked a blunt.
So after they get that, they go to the fucking Wand Palace, where they
Yeah,
have to have this giant exposition scene
Of how the
about
wand-
Voldemort. Yeah, how the wand chooses you.
Yeah, the wand chooses you.
I guess it was okay until he started talking about Voldemort.
Well, that's what we were saying is, like, it would make sense if this was one whole movie, all of them, because that would explain a lot later. But as for this movie, it's just sort of adds a little bit of tension that you don't need. Really, just make him find the wand, and then be like, yeah, you could have reduced that whole scene into just like a little bit of time. But as with everything in this movie,
But remember, they said the wand chooses you.
Well, yeah,
which
that's-
has a big theme in that last two movies.
that's what I'm saying. So if it overarched, that'd be fine. But you could have left it at that, and him getting the wand he wanted, and the dude being like, damn, that's crazy that that's the wand you chose. And fucking, but instead of having to talk for fucking half an hour about his parents. And
Yeah,
all
the
that
Payless
shit.
fucking owner.
Yeah, with the cobwebs all over the boxes, a dirty ass fucking store.
He's not making any fucking money.
How come that fool? How come if Harry's making dough, how come he wasn't going to like the dope stores?
Yeah.
He still went to the shitty stores, and he got his books,
Yeah.
and he got a fucking.
And then Hagrid takes him to a fucking bar.
well, first
to
he gets
eat.
him an owl.
Yeah, well, yeah. And he takes him to a bar to eat to explain Voldemort again, which, to me, dude, oh my god. This was the worst flashback exposition scene ever.
They're
It looked
dark
like
wizards.
a fucking Lifetime scene.
They're dark wizards, Harry.
His mom's like, oh no, like
Yeah.
Lifetime, and then fucking Voldemort, does his Green Lantern shit, and
He fucking kills him.
yeah,
and she hugs
It
Harry.
looked so dumb though. It just looked terrible. The way it was filmed, it looked terrible.
I have expected him to be sitting there with the lightning bolt and glasses on when he was a baby, like just already have the fucking glasses. That shit would have been funny, but no, yeah. That
and he's
was
like,
stupid.
can you write the name? Because he's still trying to figure out the name. And Hagrid's like,
No, I can't spell it.
Yes, I don't spell so well, Harry. Didn't you see the cake, you idiot?
and so
Thought you're a wizard.
So he takes him to the train. He's sort of like, dude, I got to dip because I got to get this Heron off to my boy
he
or else
just-
we're going to lose the sale.
Which is weird. Again, the fucking adult wizard's setting the younger wizards up for failure. Because he says all that, tells them where the platform is, but doesn't tell them you have to run through a wall.
Yeah. And you're leaving him right after you just told him that, yeah, your parents got killed by this magic force and you're going to go into the magic world by yourself.
Yeah.
So there you go. Like, what the
Right?
fuck? And because he had to get off these drugs. So, they have this cool whimsical shit where they got to go into the 9 3/4
Yeah, and he
station.
meets the Weasley clan of lower middle class wizards. And
They got all their layaway stuff,
Yeah.
They just got it off layaway.
And they
They've been
hint
paying
out-
for it for 9 months.
Again,
Yeah.
and more foreshadowing, they hint out that him and the younger Weasley sister are going to get at it eventually.
Yeah.
She's all nervous about him.
Yeah.
And he's looking at them, and she's just like, you just got to run through the wall, you idiot. Like, don't you know this? Duh.
And so, of course, he only makes friends with the people that he, like, met and went on the train with. So him and Weasley become pretty good friends. And I think why Weasley was really his friend is because they show, like, the lady bringing the cart by and that they have to buy shit, right? Because that's how Hogwarts works. You have to buy everything.
Weasley pulls out squished peanut butter and jelly or something.
And then Harry Potter's like, oh, this poor lower class motherfucker. Like, all right. So he's like, I'll take the cart. And then Weasley sort of looks at him like, oh, shit. I got to be friends with this fool?
Yeah, dude. And what's crazy, too, is Harry's like the lottery winner. He just sees something, and he's like, this guy can be my friend because I have money. I'll take it all. And then they get fat.
And he's always like shocked at shit, right? This is the Harry Potter. Harry Potter's always like, oh, what's that? Oh, a fucking chocolate frog.
Well,
Ooh,
what's weird
Dumbledore's
is
in my picture. Oh,
this is the only movie where that makes sense, though.
yeah,
Because he's never seen it before. Every other movie, like up until even the 8th movie, where Harry's like, oh, I didn't know that existed. You could have fucking guessed. Like, jeez. No, and so yeah, he has the chocolate frog jumps out the window, and fucking he gets the Dumbledore card. Which it says on the Dumbledore card that he's known for a duel against fucking Griswold or fucking
Griswold.
Grimoire Griswoldi, fucking the Italian soccer player.
And then
No, the bad guy from Fantastic Beasts. Apparently Dumbledore fucking clapped him.
Yeah,
So we're sort of eager to see where that.
he was
fucking
angry.
leads.
He was fucking some other guy.
Well, they were having
in their gay
relationship issues. Yeah.
And so then Hermione comes in and she fucking fixes Harry Potter's glasses. Ha ha ha.
Because she can do magic outside of school.
And she's raw. Like, can we just speak on how raw Hermione is?
She already
like
knows
she's the real
spells.
truth. She knows spells. She's not even a fucking wizard.
And she don't fuck with Ron. At all. She literally looks at him and she's like, bro, you got dirt on your face, you dirty fucking pin motherfucker. Probably.
And you know what's weird too? Like, wasn't her accent a lot dirtier British? Like in the first ones.
Well, yeah.
She was like, oh, hey,
Hey, all right, you got there, governor. Yeah,
that's how she sounded.
You guys up there on your face.
And yeah, so.
And so then they become friends with her, obviously.
Yeah, and they fucking. Here's what's weird. So the kids go to Hogwarts on fucking boats. On boats, kayaks, canoes.
They find a different way to go every time, it seems like.
Yeah, but how dangerous is that? They're just taking canoes. And there's got to be some sort of fucking fantastic beast in the goddamn water.
Well, there
that eats
is.
Things.
There's fucking mermaids. They show that in the other movies.
So
Mermaids that will kill you.
That's what I'm saying. They're a little weird. Then they show up to Hogwarts, and that's cool. Like, it's enchanting or whatever.
Yeah, and so they have to get fucking put into a house.
Yeah, and she explains the cup because, of course, they needed to segregate the students from the bad ones to the soft ones to the
lazy ones
to the
achievers,
to the lazy ones, and to the ones that just no one cares about.
Yeah, because who gave a shit about
and the game's rigged.
Ravenclaw?
We know that. Yeah.
No one gave a shit about Ravenclaw.
Yeah. And Hufflepuff, you're like, all right, there's probably we'll just put all the fucking fat girls and dumb men in there.
And this slack-jawed guy.
And
from the second
Gryffindor will
one.
put all the douchebags and assholes.
And the
and
fuck-ups.
Slytherins will put the snitches and the dickheads.
Yeah, but Gryffindor also had the one student who was actually good at school.
That's how they win.
She just pulled the weight for him. She probably answered hella questions in class.
Yeah, she probably got hella points. You're right. Because the point system's completely rigged. You could wipe your ass and get 3 points, but you could fucking kill a werewolf from saving the school and you'll get a point.
Yeah. And they show them...
And that's depending on what teacher gives you the point. Because like you said, Slytherin ain't giving shit to Gryffindor. You don't give a fuck.
And then they do some like twisted shit where they'd be like, you both lose 10 points for this, but then you both gain 5 points for this. It's like, motherfucker,
so
just take away
basically there's
5.
no points.
Yeah. Can you just tell us who wins at the end? Fuck, this is too confusing. And they show... Right? Like, I thought there was some sort of
the game
counter.
is stupid.
I don't know.
There's no game. It's nothing. It's just to make the kids like somewhat behave because they can't control the fucking kids at all.
No, apparently
and
not.
Everything that they have them participate in is dangerous.
Yeah, well, even the sorting hat seems sort of fucking dangerous because apparently it has a sword in it that nobody knew about.
And talk about dangerous. How does Dumbledore start the year?
He says, don't go into the Forbidden Forest.
Yeah.
And don't go to the third door from the corridor unless you want to die a very painful death. That's why I keep my sex slaves. I don't need the board.
He says that at the beginning of the year to the
just to
first year
set it up.
students.
And then, of course,
The fucking Sorting Hat.
Every important character goes first, obviously. Because we need to get through this because apparently, like, even they were like, fuck, we're going into too much detail for Harry Potter. And the Sorting Hat scene was like 15 fucking minutes of him arguing with the hat. Like, of just being like, I don't want to be Slytherin because his only experience with the Slytherin was Draco giving him some attitude.
And Draco didn't even that was the part that we skipped too. Malfoy, when they show up, then you see the Malfoy.
The crew.
And he calls out Weasley for being a poor fuck.
Think my name was funny, do you? With no need to ask you yours. Red hair and a hand-me-down robe. You must be a Weasley. You'll soon find out that some wizarding families are better than others, Potter. You don't want to go making friends with the wrong sort.
Yeah.
And he's like, come on, Potter, join me.
Right, and so that's the one thing
Yeah.
that causes him to not want to be in Slytherin. So Harry Potter apparently is very quick to judge a whole group of people based on one person's actions. Because even the Sorting Hat later on is like, dude, you would have fucking thrived in Slytherin, you idiot. But you're in Gryffindor and you're about to drop out in 3 years.
And so, yeah. So basically Dumbledore's a douche, and fucking the Sorting Hat, of course, only does the main characters, and then we're like, yay! And of course, this is why Catholics hate this shit and burn your fucking books, because you have people make food and drink from magic,
And then
and
ghosts come,
fly around.
Them
Like, are you
pervy-ass
fucking
folk,
kidding
yeah.
me? No wonder why the Catholics hate this shit. You can't fucking... You are literally... And you're acting like these kids are real. Like, they're in the real world.
And they have,
so,
like...
of course, Bible followers are going to hate this shit because you're basically saying these fools are God.
Well, not just that, but they can do whatever they want. They can do exactly what Jesus did, but on a grander scale. And there's they can bring ghosts back, or the ghosts exist. Why isn't everyone a ghost? I don't fucking understand it. That's what I never got, is how come only certain people are ghosts?
Yeah.
They don't ever fucking explain that.
That's true. Some of them fly around naked, too, and you know that.
You think so. And some of them, like Moaning Myrtle, go and spy on other people being naked.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's a fucking dirty bitch.
She's a dirty whore,
She's
for sure.
gross.
That's why her name is Moaning Myrtle. She was a whore.
That's
So
what
they
most of the
introduced
moans
Snape.
are?
So they introduced Snape, right?
Oh, yeah, because they're in fucking... And he just walks in straight up. I love how he says he's like, there will not be any wand-waving or silly spells. Which is like the majority of fucking being a wizard, right? It's like, instead I will show you potions that can make you betwixt the mind and fucking make the anal glands exposed. And you're just like, wait, what?
And all the while, Harry Potter's writing down all that, anal glands and all that.
Yeah.
And he calls him out for taking notes, for not paying attention.
Yeah, he's like, some of us, like Mr. Potter, will have no talent for the dark arts.
Yeah, dude, and Hermione's a class pet. You already knew that was going to happen.
Yeah,
and,
so that's what I was going to get to.
All these classes are random, right?
Super
Potions,
random.
dark magic, and
flying.
And turning animals into shit.
And flying, and learning how to ride a broom, which you'd think the ones who had wizarding families would already know. But, like, none of them do, so apparently you can't ride a broom until you're 12. Because they realize how fucking dangerous it is.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. That's the most dangerous form of transportation. Everybody we've seen on a broom gets knocked the fuck off of it.
That's true.
At heights. Like, it's not even... No parachute. Just a spell that they use once in the fucking 8th one to make them stop falling.
Yeah.
That's it.
And, so all these classes are random, and of course Harry Potter and Weasley are fucking late to class and shit already because they're shitty students. And then they go into the main hall again.
Oh, we didn't do the broom part yet. The flying.
No, that's after. That's after all this.
Oh, you're right.
So they go back to the fucking the Thanksgiving room, whatever the fuck they call that shit, the big common room where everyone eats.
Oh, and Seamus blows his face up again.
No,
trying to
both
make
the Irish
rum.
kids are doing some Irish shit.
Yeah, making
Irish kids
rum.
trying to get drunk, and the other Irish kids forgetting shit because he was drunk.
I, a rabbit, harpstring home. Turn this water into rum.
That's right. He has a remember all, which is basically an anal bead that vibrates when you forget.
And how many fucking things in this movie have to be introduced to convey the plot later?
Exactly.
And that shit's coming up. So that's where they have to just... And how many things do they set up just to show cool shit that have nothing to do with the plot? Like this scene where they just show that, oh, owls deliver the mail. This is cool. And when they deliver the mail, the newspaper comes in, and that's when they found out the bank was breached.
Oh, God. And they use so much fucking newspaper exposition in this series. It's literally every movie has...
I'm surprised Harry Potter hasn't already tried to blame Malfoy for the bank breach.
Right? He probably stood there and he was like, you know what? I saw Malfoy on the train, or when we got off the train, and he's a Slytherin, so I think he did it. We should probably go stalk him. Because that's his plan most of the time. Is fucking stalking people with his magic.
Because he thinks he's red herring.
Right?
He thinks Malfoy's red herring. And so then they go into the broom scene where they're taught how to ride the broom, which probably really pissed off Catholics. And the lesbian lady, I could call her a lesbian because she definitely looks like she's a lesbian.
I guess, yeah.
The way she carries herself.
Fucking the flying lady.
And she just disappears.
Never comes back.
Like, throughout the whole movies.
She
Madam Hooch.
Madam Hooch. She's not even a professor. She's a madam.
She doesn't do anything. When she explains riding the broom, she just says, say up and mount it.
Yeah, and then pull off.
Don't fly.
And fly. And then now that I've given you these instructions, I gotta go do something real quick. Because Neville dicked around and fucking got himself trapped.
The shitty CGI fucking...
Shitty CGI.
Looks like a Windows 95 fucking... computer castle.
Yeah, right. It was Avatar inside of a real movie.
And so yeah, that was cool. And then Malfoy's like, oh, I can fly. I'm gonna be a dickhead now.
Steals the remember all and then tosses it, and Harry Potter
pulls the old Aldell on the broom.
The one hand spinning fucking catch in front of a teacher whom you'd think would be like, oh fuck, he's not supposed to be doing that, but instead is like, let's reward Harry Potter again.
Yeah.
For fucking up. Because every time he fucks up, we benefit. That seems to be the theme of fucking Harry Potter. Every Harry Potter rule break is for the greater good.
Yeah. Yeah. And of course, like you said, they upgrade him to Seeker.
Seeker,
in Quidditch, which is like what you would say, probably the most important position other than goalie.
Yeah, he is the receiver of the Quidditch team, if you want to look at it that way. Like, he's the star receiver. Fucking, if you lose him, it might be the end of your fucking offense.
Yeah.
And they give it to a 12-year-old who's never flown before other than one time.
And then blah, 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 that leads to the exposition that his dad was a Seeker. Because Hermione knew that, because she's been a Harry Potter dick rider since day one.
Yeah, and she comes out and fucking basically tells him like, oh, well, you know, I do all this shit around the school everywhere. I know everything about the fucking school. I know all the fucking history because I read fucking books, motherfucker. And you're like, okay. And she takes him, shows him that shit. And then, of course, what do? Fucking...
No, they get, here is what it is. The random convenient thing that led to this plot is that, because, the moving staircases.
Exactly.
The staircase leads them to where they need to see something.
Because in the wizarding world, if you need to be somewhere, it'll take you.
And that's where they find the three-headed dog Fluffy protecting something. Fluffy?
Yeah, and so they're just dipping, and Hermione's like, dude, we could have died, or even worse, gotten expelled.
Yeah.
Like, that's her priority.
And then, so then they're like, oh, what the fuck? And then they cut out. So this is where the movie starts getting, like, a little choppy somehow when there's it's grounded, but it's still choppy.
Well, yeah, because they have to explain everything. So they have to explain Quidditch. They have to, which is the next scene, and they're like, oh, the balls will fucking attack you. This ball's hollow and sounds like a fucking drum, and you throw it around, and this ball is just golden and has wings.
And Harry's good at everything, because apparently, like, they show in every wizard shit, everything that you're good at is birthright.
Right? Because apparently
they want it all to be birthright.
He can hit the fucking, the quaffle.
Make a good bludger.
Or whatever the fuck it's called, through the statue.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You got a lucky hit, dude. Cool.
Yeah. And then they have to learn how to float feathers. And Hermione's like, it's Leviosa, not Leviosa. And Ron's like, you dumb bitch. I'm trying my hardest. I'm 12 years old. I'm sorry I don't illegally practice magic at home like you do. Like, because apparently she fucking does that. She can fix glasses before they've ever learned how to even wave a wand.
Yeah.
So who knows? And he makes fun of her for it. And all of this scene is to build up how they defeat a troll. That's fucking it. And that's what I'm saying. Every one of these scenes goes back and connects to another scene in a way that's like, well, yeah, it looks like we're sort of setting up the wizarding world of Harry Potter, but really we're just foreshadowing the next 30 minutes of the movie, which is sort of a theme for the first couple movies.
Yeah, exactly, because she had to walk off and, like, be disappeared.
Yeah.
So that they can save her from this troll that was let out.
But
The
then-
CGI fest troll.
And then you get the big hint here. Quirrell doesn't stutter when he's scared. Because normally he's like, Mr. Potter.
Yeah.
And then everybody just says his name like a dickhead.
And of course, when they go and fight the troll, him and Weasley, because they're worried about Hermione,
yeah, they
Harry
just
Potter
go
doesn't do anything.
Yeah, he stabs the troll in the nose with his fucking
Yeah,
wand.
he doesn't do nothing with magic.
Yeah.
He just actually tries to one-on-one fight the giant.
Well, they say it in the other one, in the second one, that even by the halfway through the year of the second movie, that he only knows one spell. So, you don't know shit. And Ron fucking pulls through again, fucking saves the day again, and now masters Wingardium Leviosa, and fucking beats the shit out of the troll with his own fucking club.
Yeah.
And the teachers all walk in.
All walk in conveniently because they
And
didn't do anything about this
The
shit.
points giveth and the points taketh away, because that's when she pulls the old, each one of you loses 10 points, but each one of you gains 10 points. So there's no points.
And they all kind of look, Hermione, Harry Potter, and Weasley kind of look at each other like, wait, did we get any points?
Right? And even Snape's like, or not Snape's, even McGonagall's like, I don't know.
I don't. Yeah, because she had to make it up. And so then they go back to the fucking eating room, and Snape, I don't know why this looks so funny to me, but when he's limping, it looks so fucking funny.
Yeah, every time they show Snape, he just sort of appears on screen, looks sort of nervous, and walks away, like off into some hallway or some shit.
Yeah.
And that's when fucking...
He gets his Nimbus 2000, the
Yeah.
ultimate broomstick.
And he looks, I guess they imply that McGonagall gives it to him, right? Or some shit
Yeah.
like that, because he looks at her,
Yeah.
and she's like, gives him this big nod, like, yep, that came out of this pussy.
Ew.
But I like, too, and to speak on Snape, when they learn about the troll, this fool sort of looks around nervously and, like, creeps out the door. Like, I have to protect my ingredients.
And then they go into the Quidditch scene. And right before, sort of like fucking Gladiator, they're in this, like, wooden cage.
Yeah, it
and
makes
the
you
dude's
wonder-
like, yeah, I remember my first game, and I was way older than you. I fucking hit my head, and I woke up a week later in the hospital.
Oh, yeah, he's like, how was your first game? He's like, well, I don't remember much of it. He's like, what happened? He's like, got hit in the head, woke up 2 weeks later. You'll be cool, though. He's like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't get it.
even the twins...
How much insurance these motherfuckers paying for these kids?
Well,
Because
they have-
some of them are muggles.
They have a Sorcerer's Stone.
Uh,
They can just bring him back to life. Oops.
so, yeah, and they create this odd rivalry between... They segregate the schools into these groups that they have to live together and only be friends with each other and pretty much, like, hate each other.
And then play games with each other.
Yeah,
Like
only
sports.
Gryffindor fucks with Gryffindor. Typically.
It seems like, well, it's like, it's weird because in the, like, so his love interests later on are technically from a couple of
It's
them are
Slytherin,
from
right?
other houses.
Is it Slytherin or
I
is she
think she's a
Ravenclaw?
Hufflepuff or a Ravenclaw. It depends on which one, because there's
Yeah,
a
but you
couple-
know what I mean. Like they set up these rivalries for no fucking reason.
Well, it's literally, well, they try to at least. You don't really. It doesn't seem like anybody else. They sort of explain it when they talk about the school too. It's like 3 of the houses like each other. Everyone hates Slytherin, so no one cares much for Slytherin, and that's why they get arrested at the end. And, but yeah, so they do set up these weird fucking rivalries. They pit fucking young magical people against each other in a death-defying fucking sport. And of course, what happens is he almost chokes to death. Something you didn't even expect to happen in Quidditch. You figured he'd like fall and break his... No, he almost chokes to death on the golden snatch.
Well, all the while the turban the fucking out of the mean fucking
Oh, the Professor
what's
Quirrell.
his name? Yeah,
He's hexing him.
with his fucking Thiz turban.
But they think it's Snape, because Snape's sitting there talking.
He was
too.
slapping Mac Dre while he was trying to fuck up Harry Potter's day.
Bro, what pisses me off, right? What pisses
And-
me off is that they always pick one person to hate on and just a reason to hate on them that's fucking, like, not even real.
Yeah.
And so they're talking about Snape, right? And they go and you see Snape in the binoculars casting spell, and you can literally
You could tell from the vision that he's monotoning.
Yeah, not only that, but you can see behind him the Quirrell doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And so how did they, like I said, they just fucking, they don't like Snape, so they blame it on Snape, and that's sort of what they do with every villain. It's like, I don't really like you that much. I want to blame
Red
this on
herring.
you.
arr.
They do it
It's
to
Snape.
Harry.
Yeah. So Hermione, who has bars, sets a teacher's cloak on fire. That's how she stops shit.
Yeah,
and then you see how dangerous it is, like you said. And, of course, what happens? Harry Potter wins the game by fucking luckily catching the golden snitch with his fucking mouth.
Right? And then they go on to explain, you know, they have another fucking passing scene because they just end everything so fucking abruptly.
Yeah.
And they're walking around and Hagrid's like, I gotta go do some shit. Fucking talk about, what was his name? Nicholas Flamel.
Yeah.
And they just drops and he's like, I should not have said that.
Yeah. Because, of course, he's an idiot.
Yeah, and that's the dude.
'Cause he can't spell the dude's name.
Yeah, and so they have to fucking figure out who this is, right? And they need a way to get into the restricted section. So what happens come Christmas? Harry Potter gets an invisibility cloak. So why
Yeah,
not just
his
further
one
the
present
plot? Yeah,
ever.
the best present
It
ever.
was hilarious. You did kind of laugh, and he was like, "Presents? I got presents." I laughed.
No,
I was
yeah,
like,
that was
kid
funny.
fucking sucks.
And then
His life
even
sucks.
Ron's like waking him up like Christmas is a thing for Harry, and Harry gets up like, it's just another day, bro.
And they show the wizard's chess, them playing wizard's chess,
that was sick.
which is like brutal, right? Is everything in the wizard's world brutal?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, and then Hermione tells them that they have to pretty much go find this book in the restricted section, right? Telling
Yeah.
them to break the rules. The one who doesn't
Again.
want to get expelled wants
Yeah.
to break the rules.
Within the first movie already. So there, yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. So he gets his convenient.
So she's really just a badass,
she's
kid.
a badass if it doesn't affect her. If it affects her, she's cool.
Well, yeah, as you see later when they do the potion shit,
Yeah,
she fucks up and hides.
She won't even try to go out like that. Well, she'd be like expelled for that shit. But yeah, so then they go to look for this book with what, of course, the convenient fucking invisibility cloak that he has to get the next scene.
From his dead dad.
From his dead dad. his dead pappy. Mammy and Pappy sent me a present for Christmas.
Yeah, and like, so they go into the library and like, there's no fucking locks on the restricted section.
Right?
Maybe there's some magical locks.
No, it doesn't see. It
And
seems,
even then, 14-year-olds can figure out, or 11-year-olds can figure out how to get in that shit.
yeah, the only
Like,
thing stopping them is like.
and they both suck at school, so they don't know anything.
Oh,
how to,
I'm
like, get
surprised
out
they
the
could
gate.
read.
Well, they can't read. when they're
Yeah,
looking
no,
for
when
the
they're
book.
looking for it, they can't even find it. But all they have to stop them from even looking is like a limp dick velvet rope. Like that's what stops wizards from finding out dangerous knowledge.
Yeah, no, because there's so much honor code in the wizard world, they just expect you to be like, follow the rules.
Even though none of them do. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know.
Commodus is not a moral man.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He
Yeah.
probably was thinking like he was still back in Gladiator, right? Or he should have been, because these kids aren't moral. And
Yeah.
what's weird is they keep letting them...
Dumbledore is the Caesar, too. Like, I don't know if
He's
people
the
know this.
Caesar
He's
of
the Caesar in
Hogwarts.
fucking Gladiator. It's the same character.
He's also the Caesar of Hogwarts.
Yeah.
He runs the Hogwarts, for better or worse.
And like both movies, he's sort of a scumbag. I mean, the Caesar of Gladiator is a dickhead. Commodus, and now we're gonna start talking about Gladiator, but Commodus was a dickhead and an incestual man because of his shitty dad.
Right?
Because he just sat and read all day and poked his butthole, you know.
Yeah.
And then in this shit, it's like he's greasing up Harry Potter.
So he could poke his butthole when he turns 17 and is an
Yeah.
adult.
And he a little too far. A little too far. So yeah, they look for it and they can't read. So then he finds this fucking mirror, and you're like, oh, what's this now?
Well,
like I said,
first-
if you didn't read the books, you're just sort of like, all right, dude, like what?
Yeah, well, first it shows the scene of Snape threatening Professor Quirrell. And I guess they're using that as a misdirection, like, who's evil?
Yeah.
You don't know. No one would
They
expect...
do a good job.
Yeah.
Through a majority of the films, like when we were talking while I was watching it, because I hadn't watched them fully through. I think I watched the first 3 when I was younger, 4, maybe 5. But that's how forgetful they were for me. But I remember that I figured out what was Snape and Dumbledore, what they were doing by the 5th movie. Figured it out.
Right?
And I was telling you about it, and you were like trying to keep quiet, like, yeah, because I told you I never watched the last two.
Yeah.
And you're like keeping quiet. You're like, oh, fuck, this motherfucker knows.
And that's what I'm saying. In the movies, the way it's presented, because it doesn't have the length or the depth of the book, it's almost everything is just predictable. Like, you can almost...
I would say the opposite.
Really?
I think everything just pops up, and it's like, okay.
Well, yeah, because you have to accept it.
Yeah.
But in these movies, like, it just predicts itself, essentially. It's like, I need a broom, I get a broom. I need a cloak, I get a cloak. We need this book, she has this book.
I need this stone. Oh, it's in my pocket.
Yeah, like, okay. Like,
I need to look myself in the mirror, too.
It's like, it's so predictable that you can almost tell Harry Potter that he needs anything, and I guarantee you by the next scene he'll have it.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty dumb, almost.
Yeah.
But in terms of this movie, I think it was less convenience of plot and more of an issue with editing. Because there's way too many times where they just...
So you think it should have been longer?
Well, I think...
Should have just made it Lord of the Rings and just 30 minutes longer
to
fill everything.
Yeah, because, like, with the cloak, well, they talk about needing to find this book, but there's no, like, moment where they're like, how are we going to get in there?
Yeah.
And then the next scene is fucking, oh, here's a cloak.
Yeah.
It's not really how it plays out in the book. You know, there's a lot more shit going on.
And then he looks in the mirror and he finds out that, like, he's got some shit going on.
Yeah.
And,
he sees his
hearing
parents.
voices and he sees his parents. And
he's like, Mom? Dad? And I like how
then he goes and sees Dumbledore immediately, right?
No, he goes and gets Ron to see if Ron can see his parents in the mirror. And Ron's like, I'm the top year student. I'm the best. And Harry Potter just gets a look of disappointment like, oh, my parents are still dead. That's when he meets Dumbledore. Well, because he fucking sits there for what? They make it seem like months. He's just sitting in front of a fucking mirror and Dumbledore has to, like, pry him from it or else he's gonna die.
And he's like, don't dwell on your dreams, my son.
Yeah.
I have dwelled too much on my wet dreams. He's like, when I look in the mirror, I see my life if I didn't let that Tom Riddle boy get out of my grasps.
Either way.
So then he tells him the mirror's gotta go. He's like, Harry, you're gonna fucking lose your mind if you sit in front of this mirror any longer. So we gotta get rid of this shit. And then it's springtime.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it goes.
And they go and see Hagrid.
Oh, well, they find out Hermione had the goddamn book the whole time that she essentially almost gets him expelled for.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but why did they go and see Hagrid again? I don't remember. To find out some shit about...
Just to fucking see Hagrid.
Was it that? Was that it?
No, I think they're going because they realize they have the books. They're going to go look for Nicholas Flamel, and they're like, well, if anybody fucking is going to know about this, it's going to be Hagrid.
Okay, yeah. And then he has a fucking dragon egg.
Yeah, right. And Ron only knows, he's like, my brother works with those. That's a dragon egg. Like, there aren't other lizard fantastic beasts that would just have eggs and shit that big. Ostriches have eggs that fucking big.
Right?
Ron's an idiot.
And Hagrid sets his beard on fire. He's fucking blowing that crystal, and he was like, oh, shit.
I like how they call him Norbit. And he's like, they look at him like, bro, where the fuck did you get the name Norbit from?
So, they're like sitting there watching Hagrid smoke meth, and
that is dragon made.
He's smoking the dragon. He's actually puffing the dragon.
He's got
puffing the magic dragon.
That's what it should have been called.
And Malfoy's over there fucking
Jerking
peeping
off,
and peeping Tom, trying to practice ways to say Potter with a hotter P.
While he's touching him, he's like, Potter. Potter.
And he snitches, of course. Oh, here's my thing I want to say. So is the Golden Snitch based off of Voldemort?
I think the Golden...
Because he was a snitch. They don't encourage snitching at the school. That's like the last thing you can do. You could fucking put slugs in people's mouths. You could threaten to kill people. You could funk over no reason. You could knock people off your brooms in Quidditch on purpose. You could cheat. Like, you can do a lot of fucking things, but you can't snitch about it.
It's worse than prison, bruh. Like, Seriously, no, straight up. And then it seems like every time they do go to snitch, which you end up seeing in this next scene, because he snitches on them to McGonagall, right?
Yeah.
A fool standing there like, I'm getting away with that.
Yeah,
and
with their bullshit scoring systems again.
Yeah, she gives them points. She takes away hella points.
Yeah.
And then she's like, you four need to stay here and like to get on your point about snitches. Draco's sitting there like, yeah, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, did you just get me in trouble because I snitched?
Yeah. And I think that's what's funny is like that's why Slytherin's villainized, not because they're like crazy powerful, because Gryffindor is more powerful.
Yeah.
But
And are they more powerful? Because Slytherin had the most powerful wizard, well, in everybody else's opinion, the most powerful wizard in history in it, being Voldemort.
But people think Dumbledore is, and wasn't he Gryffindor?
Do they say what house
I don't
he's
know.
in?
Maybe he never was a house.
Maybe in the book they might
He's
say
probably
it.
a dope dealer when he was younger.
Well, they might not. It doesn't seem like he has much of an education either, because he just goes and lets kids do whatever the fuck they want. And
Even when he knows there's something up with him, he doesn't do anything about it.
right? And so why you see this faulty decision making when they send them to the forest? Because why, as a punishment for being out late, where it could be dangerous, do you send them to the place where you know it's dangerous? To go hunt some shit that the teachers already knew about, that there was someone killing a unicorn. To go hunt that. And they haven't learned more than 3 spells. And they're with Hagrid, who can't even use magic. That's their punishment. That's what Wizards thinks is a good idea.
Yeah.
All right.
And the Forbidden Forest, while the fucking creepy janitor's like,
yeah.
get us hello to yourself, mate.
Yeah, he's literally like, I'll never see you again, Potter. He's literally...
And when is he not holding up a light in this movie?
A light
Like
or...
he's always...
The light or his cat. Or sometimes both.
Like, I feel like this motherfucker the whole time has just been holding up that fucking light. But, so they go into the forest and there becomes this fucking exposition diarrhea.
Oh, yeah.
About, you could take that because I don't even want to fucking explain
Wait,
it.
what do they talk about? Unicorn
Yeah,
blood?
the unicorn.
Oh, God. So, like, they're walking around the forest and basically, they see a pool of what looks like Quicksilver's jizz. And I guess he left it here after he fought Galactus or whatever. And, so he goes and he dips his fingers into it like a sick dude, because you just see some melted silver. Like, what if that was fucking, like, mercury?
Right?
And he just would die later.
Yeah.
That was the end of Hagrid. No, he dips it in there. And so he has to fucking go on this spew about how, for whatever fucking reason, unicorn blood, just to add another fucking caveat to this fucking story.
Yeah.
Unicorn blood, if drunk, can extend your lifespan if you're on the brink of death. But by doing so and killing a being so pure, which who's to say a unicorn didn't like impale a centaur before you killed it just to be a dick?
Yeah.
For killing a being so pure, it cuts your lifespan, your overall lifespan down.
Yeah.
Which makes the whole point of when they hit the reveal at the end stupid, because how many freaking unicorns did this dude have to drink? Because at some point, he would be at that, mathematical edge where he literally has to continuously drink unicorn blood to extend his life, because he's drank so much it's been cut down to nothing.
That's how sick of a dude Voldemort is.
Yeah, I guess. So then, and of course, someone's in the forest drinking the unicorn blood that they go find. And it's okay for Hagrid to tell 2 kids to go with the dog and admittedly tell them that the dog sucks as a guard dog.
Yeah.
He's like, no,
Just got to play some music.
Yeah, no.
Or no.
For his what is his name?
Yes.
Fang.
Music. No, Fluffy.
No, I'm talking about when they're in the forest, and he sends them with his little big ass.
He basically says, he's a pussy. Because Malfoy's being a pussy as usual.
Because Malfoy's like, well, we got the dog, and he's like, yeah, that dog sucks. Yeah, just sort of hangs out. Fucking.
He gets stoned with him. That's why.
Yeah, and when it does have any use, it doesn't. It's not useful.
That's why he likes animals, because he gets them all to do drugs with him, and he thinks it's cool.
Well, and apparently in the Wizarding world, you can make drugs out of animals too. So.
Yeah.
Because they feel like a lot of their potions got a couple fantastic beasts in them.
Right.
And so Then he sees a vampire, bad guy, chase him down in the forest after it kills a unicorn. Well, at least that's what you think as a viewer at this point.
Yeah.
You know, and you're just like, okay, so there's vampires now.
And floating things.
And you're just, as a viewer, you're like, bro, what? How many fucking twists and goddamn turns can this movie take?
There's one more.
Oh, that's right.
The goddamn centaur, or
That's right.
minotaur, or whatever the fuck they're called.
So to save him, what the... Yeah, I don't even get that part.
And then he has this whole, like, enchanting speech about, you know, him protecting the forest and all that
Right?
shit.
He's like, even amongst senators, you are known, Harry Potter.
Yeah.
That's just...
So, and of course, like, I don't know what the fuck, like, so what happened from there? That's what I was saying. It's like, what the fuck happened and what happened from there?
Like what happened in the forest?
Yeah, where did that go from the plot?
They literally just needed to... They were in detention. They needed to hunt down a unicorn killer. And you'll see later on that that was actually a significant part of the plot.
Yeah.
So apparently it was convenient to open up the plot, too.
Yeah.
Like she found a convenient way to open up the plot. That's pretty ridiculous. She might actually be magic.
And they think it's like Snape still, right? That he wants the Sorcerer's Stone to be an immortal fuck, right?
Yeah, or they think it's like at least Snape is evil. That's all they
Yeah.
think throughout all the movies. So Snape's a bad guy. Like he's just. But why is he a bad guy?
Because he looks like that.
Because he looks like that. So they hate on
So
him.
great actor, great choice of actor.
But
He's
they-
probably the best actor in the whole movies.
Probably. And the only reason Harry hates on him is because he's a creepy fuck. So Harry's just sort of a bigot. He's like, all right, everybody that looks creepy is evil. And that's not
Well,
the...
he's suspicious of everybody.
Well, yeah, I would be too. If my parents were killed by a wizard and now I have to hang out with every wizard. I don't even know what these people are capable of. Or the fact that, you know, as Hagrid says earlier, well, there are a couple bad ones. Like, why are there only a couple bad wizards? Like, are all of them just good?
Yeah.
That's weird. That's not normal life.
So they bring up Sorcerer's Stone to Magala Island. What's her name?
McGonagall.
McGonagall. And
Well, because his scar is burning.
Snape called...
Because he has a little,
yeah, but, like, okay, so that's happening, but then didn't Snape call them out again?
Probably. He's been calling them out, like, every movie. It's hard to keep track of the amount of time. Because it seems like they just bump into him randomly in a hallway, like, 8 times a movie, and he just tells them to not fuck up.
Yeah.
And that's what Snape's there for. That's probably what he does there. He did it to Quirrell, too. Like, Snape is just the hallway master. He just walks through the hallways catching people on their shit.
But then, okay, so then they just figure out that they got to go get the Sorcerer's Stone. They're going to go challenge Fluffy.
Well, yeah, because I think that they actually, like, try to confront, like, being the dumb idiots that they are. Like, as children, they actually think that they can just go confront Snape. Like, because of course he did it, so they try to go confront him, and then they try to go tell Professor McGonagall, like, hey, we know about everything.
Yeah.
And then, of course...
Yeah. What the fuck?
And then Neville tries to stop them. Because Neville, what I like about this, is Neville's just fucking sick and tired of their shenanigans. And they're getting points taken away, and he's down to thump just off that.
I'll fight you.
He's like, bro, there's like 50 of us, and the 3 of you have drug our name through the dirt.
But had they, though? Because Hermione's probably getting hella points in classes and whatnot.
If the teacher gives them in class...
Harry Potter and Weasley definitely aren't doing shit.
Yeah, they're like negative points.
But it probably really is just Weasley because Harry's good at sports.
Yeah, but then Weasley's sort of low profile, so it's mostly just Harry when he convinces the other 2 to fucking do his shit with him.
Yeah, because he always has to... And it's like, when you know that this is all, like, kind of Dumbledore's fault.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, not only are you, like, fucking with Harry's life psychologically, you're fucking up the Gryffindor whole team.
Yeah, and these other kids. Like, who are fucking... like
just to be in fucking Dumbledore's web of ideas.
Well,
right?
and for Dumbledore to take so long as he does, you know, to act, it makes you wonder, why the fuck is Dumbledore not present in any of the finale? Like, why is he not present in any movies finales? Like, he just lets shit roll. Like,
Well, no, there'll always be this, like, decompressing scene.
No, but
in his office, you know.
Yeah, but in the conflict of the finale, why is he never present? Like, why wasn't he in the fucking, with the Sorcerer's Stone?
Yeah.
Like, even though...
Why wasn't he in the fucking Salazar shit?
Yeah, the Chamber of Secrets.
Why? I mean, why? If he obviously knew Harry Potter had that gift.
Yeah.
So, like, why not go with this motherfucker? Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
And like we said in Chamber of Secret, like, they just left.
They just
with the girl there. And left a dude because he sucked at things, wanted to call him out. And that's the time they choose to, like, call him out.
Right? Is that... then they all leave. And Dumbledore just pieces it. And what's weird to me about it is that they keep saying that he's supposed to be the greatest, living wizard. But he hasn't done anything besides in one movie he claps his hand and makes fire to disappear. Like when he's gonna, that's it. That's
no, he has done some things. He's caused danger for students.
Caused danger, and he's and
he's a manipulative fuck.
That's just what doesn't
make
sense.
And he's gay.
Yeah. And what doesn't what doesn't make sense to me is that
not that it's being wrong that he's gay. I'm just saying that.
Well, let's speak on that. Because I was just discussing this with someone the other day. Because Dumbledore, for those of you who don't know, I'm sorry if this fucking offends you, but Dumbledore's gay. J.K. Rowling said so.
Is that true?
No, it's 100% true.
Positive.
And
if you think he's wrong, call him out. You know?
You can look this shit up any day. But, so people got on her like, they were trying to be like, oh, well, that's really, like, how come you didn't say that in the book, right? Is this sort of double-edged sword?
As if that's a problem.
Right?
Right? Like, who cares if he's fucking gay?
That's what she said. She was like, well, I thought y'all said you didn't want us to come out and just be like, this is the gay professor. Yeah. And so he was gay. He just didn't have to say it. And that was part of his character, was he's just a strong gay dude that never had to say it. But in a book, it doesn't really come across. So now everybody's tripping in the movies, if they bring Dumbledore on, that he's going to be some token gay character. Because she didn't reveal this till after these movies.
That's crazy.
So I wonder, point being, I wonder if the actor... in the later half, convinced her. Like, yeah, Dumbledore's gay.
Why do you say that?
Because I think that guy's gay, isn't he?
I don't know if he is.
Because what if Stanley came out and was like, Magneto's gay? Because gay people that dude was such a good gay Magneto.
Or if Gandalf's gay.
Yeah, right?
And he was kind of gay.
Well, J.R.R. Tolkien can't say that because he's dead. But Stanley's got like 2 years left in him.
He's got a lifetime because he sold himself to Marvel.
That's right. They'll just CGI him. They can just CGI his ass into shit. They don't even need him to be alive. And for all we know, he is dead.
Or they probably just had him act in a number of scenes that could last forever.
Right? It's Stanley the General. Stanley the passerby.
And he's going to do like some fucking Dave Chappelle Tupac shit and like just be there somehow, but he's not alive. Because they own Stanley.
He'll keep writing comics after his death.
Anyways, so back to the story.
Sorcerer's
so Neville
Stone.
tries to step up, but he's a fucking bitch, and he gets frozen by
knocked
Hermione.
the
Because
fuck
Hermione
out.
knows this shit as an 11-year-old. Like I said, wizards are dangerous.
Wizards are fucking dangerous, and Hermione's the most dangerous because apparently her tracer doesn't fucking work because she keeps practicing all this fucking magic outside of like the parameters, and no one seems to be popping her for it.
Like I said, maybe she's not. Maybe she has so much knowledge that she just tries it one time and it works.
Well, that'd be really hard considering that the wizarding world doesn't have YouTube. Like, I guess...
And they might.
Well, no, they just take a
Their
picture.
YouTube is the newspaper.
Yeah, they just take a picture and the picture moves. That's raw.
So yeah, they get past the dogs because it has this magical harp playing already.
Which is where they finally have some fucking action in the movie. Is the harp stops playing.
Yeah.
Oh. And then the dog barks. No actual danger.
Clifford, the big red dog, fucking just like. Rrr.
He just barks and there's no danger, and they go through a tunnel.
Yeah. And that's where they find the fucking flying. Wait, no.
No, yeah.
No, is that no? They get to the fucking terrible pube nest.
That's right.
Right. And she basically just says, "Hey, motherfuckers, relax. Like, just relax."
I wrote that shit too. Fucking pube bush. Yeah.
She's like, "Relax," and of course. Harry Potter's like, all right, I'm just going to listen to Hermione because I'm an idiot.
And Ron's
he does
freaking.
It. And Ron's freaking out. And all she said to do was relax.
And then he knows that they both end up on the other side and they're still telling him to relax, and this fool's still freaking out to the point where Hermione now has to do some like fire magic. Like she has
light
apparently.
magic, yeah.
Light, super light.
Super Lord of the Rings there.
Yeah, I didn't. That was Gandalf, right?
And then they get to the fucking flying keys part, which was, I guess, cool.
It's cool.
It was all right.
I mean,
you had to get the rusty, decrepit key out of all the fucking flying keys, and they were like semi-attacking him, but they weren't like trying to knock, like they weren't killing him.
yeah, until they show at the end, which apparently they could have pierced the shit out of him when they all land on the door. Like they were trying to kill him.
And how fucking high is this story?
Yeah, at this
like,
point you're just confused.
If you did not read the books, you better have been high for this movie,
right?
Because it is just like, what the fuck
you need
is
some
going
acid.
on?
Like seriously, because the way it's
I'm not even, an extreme Catholic, and I want to almost burn the books because of what's going on in the movies.
right.
And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I bet you, like I said, in the books it's probably explained better.
Eh.
A little bit, no?
I mean, to a degree, not this part. Like, no, it's literally just, okay, Pew Bush key room. Like, it is what it is. They don't bother to explain. And so, yeah, it is as ridiculous in the book, at least for this. But for the most part, the book does explain much, much more. That's why it's fucking 1,000 pages long. I don't know about the first one, but fucking eventually it reaches like 1,000 pages, one of the books. I think it's Goblet of Fire.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, so they get past the key room, like video game level 8. Then they go to level 9. They got to play chess now.
And Ron flexes.
Ron flexes. But here's my thing about that. He told him to be a bishop or whatever, and then her to be like a rook.
Yeah.
And he gets on the shit where he's probably not going to die. But if they get hit, they're like, I mean, what else is the chess piece going to hit? They're going to hit Harry.
Right?
Right in the dome.
But I think Ron knows that he's that raw. Like,
but why doesn't he volunteer himself to be that piece?
bro, and why do they call it wizard? See, that's what pisses me off.
Why couldn't they just walk around the chessboard? Because the depth of the shot showed that, like, it didn't cover the whole fucking room.
Well, they probably wouldn't be allowed to go to the next room with that. It's like some Legend of Zelda.
Why couldn't they just fight them with their wands?
Because, they're spell and magic, bro. Like, spells and magic.
Well, they figure out everything else.
That's what I'm saying. Like, someone else put stronger spells and magic on them.
Well, she figured out the Pew Bush easily.
Yeah, and Ron had to figure out the chess. Like, otherwise they wouldn't be able to pass on. They've shown that there's certain doors where the, like, lock spells that they know don't necessarily work.
All right.
But like I said, it's just magic. It's all magic. That's how they're pushing the plot at the end here. Just magic. Let's not explain it.
Yeah.
But no, and on top of that, just because this annoyed me, wizard chest is regular chess with fucking moving pieces. It's not wizard chess. Wizard chess implies it's a different game. So they're just saying that to say the word wizard in the fucking movie.
That's like saying, hey, we're going to play everything like football except for you get to kick each other in the head.
And it's fucking wizard football. Yeah, and so then,
that's another thing too. Why don't they play normal sports? Like, why is it only Quidditch?
I don't see. That's what I didn't get either. I don't get how it seems like a lot of the wizards that aren't Muggle-born don't really get the world.
Yeah, so like you're saying none of these kids get physical exercise, other than like 6 kids per whole fucking group in the school.
Well, the Weasleys just threw a boot into the field and told them to go find it. And that was they're having some good old hillbilly fun. They probably played some good old country hardball. No. Yeah, I don't know.
So do normal sports just not appeal to them?
I honestly think that the wizard, in a way to protect itself, is just... They don't care if you fuck with... I keep calling them humans. They don't care if you fuck with muggles, but they definitely aren't encouraging you to learn a lot about it.
Yeah.
You know, they really aren't. Like, because they think about it. If you could learn about that and you're like, oh shit, the real world's fucking sick and I've got magic, I can rule the world.
Yeah.
So I think the wizards sort of put themselves in check.
They have to. Just like Jedis and...
Think about how easy it'd be to, like, fucking become president if you just knew that one spell that made sweet-smelling shit go at someone's face and they did whatever you wanted. Like,
so they're basically saying you can be in this underground world, do whatever you want, just don't say shit, don't bring it to the human world.
Exactly. Yeah. The humans be tripping.
All right, so you got that, and then
they're
so they play chess and get by, and that's cool. Weasley gets knocked off the bishop. And you're like, oh no.
And he's
then
like,
Harry's
sort
like,
of
I gotta
hurt.
go on by myself now.
It's like, I'll do it without you guys. And then they make the big reveal, which I don't even know if you can call it a big reveal just because of how stupid Harry was to assume it was the other person to begin with. But it's not Snape.
You got the ISIS teacher.
Yeah,
fucking turban.
It's fucking Quirrell, which to me makes me laugh hella hard because they sort of like were fucked up in the sense that he stands there and he makes fun of the stutter. That he basically says like, yo, people won't fuck with people who sound dumb. Like, they would never expect it. He was just like, no one would expect poor
A stutterer, too.
Stuttering Quirrell. And even though he talks complete, like, what? Yeah. You couldn't just be a normal dude. I guess in the wizarding world, a stutter would set you back.
Right?
Because you have to say all those damn spells.
And that's the thing, too. Like, what's up with wizards and their grimy-ass fingernails, too? And their hands.
Well, apparently they have no plumbing. Or the plumbing
These
they do have is filled
grimy-ass
with...
hands.
The plumbing they do have is filled with giant snakes. Yeah, I don't know. It's really dirty.
You probably don't have to poo if you're a wizard.
You just hit it with the wand.
Yeah.
It disappears. Just poke your butt
just
with the
poo in
wand.
air. You just poo in the air and you go, Lungardia Leviosa, and you
Just
fucking delete it.
Throw it. Lands on fucking Uncle Vernon 300 miles away at a lighthouse.
Maybe that's why the janitor hates them, because he gets fucking magical poo thrown at him all the time.
All right. Yeah, so then the fool takes off his turban, and it's Voldemort.
Unwraps his turban.
It's the shittiest. Yeah, he unravels. He demummifies himself, and it's Voldemort's head, face, eating off this dude's brain. I don't know. Magic doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
It never has.
It doesn't, because it's magic.
Yeah.
You can't explain it.
Yeah. And what, like, so he explains, like, that it wasn't Snape.
But that day, during the Quidditch match, Snape tried to kill me.
No, dear boy. I tried to kill you.
That he knows
That Snape was, like, stopping him or whatever.
Yeah.
So the fact that they thought it was Snape later on kind of, like, pisses me off.
Yeah, because Snape was
when it's
helping.
like Voldemort basically just told you that, like, he wasn't, like, he helped your bitch ass.
That's
You know?
No, I never.
He
really
even
thought
said,
of that.
like, look, like, I did Quidditch. I was doing that shit on you in Quidditch. I was fucking making you twirl around like a bitch. And Snape was doing his fucking counter curse.
I've never thought about that. Like, why they would hate Snape so much continuously, even though he tried to save him.
Yeah.
And why Snape specifically?
Yeah.
Like, no other teacher was smart enough to notice?
It's just because of the way he looked. He just looked like a dickhead.
Yeah, so they have to make him... Well, that's what pisses me off, so Snape was the only one who had keyed into the fact that Quirrell was an asshole.
Right?
Out of an entire group of great wizards. They're too busy thinking about themselves. Apparently.
And so my question was, so I just didn't get this either. So, like, he was just there and he was pissed off. He didn't have the stone. So it was just a convenient meetup with Harry Potter, or that he knew Harry Potter had something to do with the stone.
No, I think he was just pissed off that he couldn't get it, and Harry Potter conveniently showed up, and then Harry
Potter's had it the whole time. Or the magic curse was that
his image had it in the mirror, and then apparently when it puts it in his pocket, he gets it for real.
I know, but I'm saying it popped into his pocket because the curse on it was
there's one searching for it, but does not wish to use it.
Yeah, exactly.
So again, convenience.
Yeah. So he I guess he gets it. It's in his pocket. And Voldemort tries to play some grab ass with him to get it out. And you're starting to feel like, whoa, is he like his 8th grade coach or something? Like he's getting a little too friendly with fucking his pockets there.
And Harry all of a sudden gets this fucking Mortal Kombat power.
Yeah, to just melt a guy with his skin. The curse is still in his skin. Like, okay. Fucking, this is the problem. They can't explain enough yet because it builds the story, but at the same time, there's so little explanation that it makes the buildup of the story seem stupid.
And again, this is all Dumbledore's fault.
Yeah,
this is his stone that he created and should have kept sacred.
I think
for Mel.
I think that's sort of like at the end, you know, when Dumbledore talks to him, he's sort of like telling him like, "I knew you'd do it. I knew you would do it." In the fucking like basically like saying like, "Okay, wait, what?"
You set me up for this, you son of a bitch?
Yeah.
I didn't want any part of this. I just want normal friends to be a fucking normal shitty wizard. I can fucking fly, bro. It's all I can do. Like, stop doing this shit to me. Why wouldn't you say that already?
Yeah.
Because as they show later, they ask, like, are you good at anything wizard-wise? He's like, I'm a fair flyer.
I can sort of fly. Yeah.
He doesn't even say he's like the dopest flyer. He just says, I'm like pretty good at it.
And the dude has to correct him. He's like, "You're more than good at flying, dude. Like, what the fuck? Where's your confidence at? Is this what they're teaching you in school? Is to have no confidence whatsoever and to not learn?"
That's the wizard way of life.
That's the wizarding world of Harry Potter.
And, of course, what are they going to learn when everything happens by chance? Like, everything that happens, they don't know why it's happening.
Well, and I think that's it's just all given to them because you see in the next scene that literally Dumbledore jerry-rigs the already jerry-rigged point system.
Yes, yes, well done, Slytherin, well done, Slytherin. However, recent events must be taken into account. And I have a few last-minute points to award.
Yeah.
10 points to Neville
For
losing a fight. For being the biggest dick in the room.
And then, yeah, he just
900
gives 100 points to Weasley and Harry.
And then
For finding my magical kidney stone.
no, that's
It's like, bro, what the fuck? Like,
that's what pissed me off. He gives the points; they're like 10 points short, and then he gives the points to Neville, or just he gives extra points just to let them win,
yeah. Because it's rigged for Gryffindor. Gryffindor has to win.
right?
And Slytherin has to snitch.
Yeah, and they're
And Hufflepuff has to be forgettable. And Ravenclaw, no one has to give a fuck about.
Ravenclaws are just average.
You never see a Ravenclaw.
They never-
Other than him wanting to fuck a Ravenclaw.
I think that the Asian chick, yeah.
I think she might have been a Hufflepuff.
No, I think she, and maybe. It's hard to tell. They all wear the same shit. Why do you make them wear robes, man?
Because they're freaking...
Like, that's their school uniform or robes? Like, come on. I get it. It's fucking on a mountain. It's cold all the time, but Jesus. Like, it just doesn't, like, you want to, they just really.
Hogwarts is cracking. Like, I could get a cracking at
I would
Hogwarts.
look at it. You show up on a train, you leave on a fucking train. Everything in between is a goddamn dangerous mission. It's like being 007 of the magic world 100% of the time you're at Hogwarts.
Except for it's worse because anything pops up at any time
Right?
that you can't explain.
I don't think you can even explain, like, this movie. Like, because when you try to, if we really, you know, didn't joke around and just went through the plot, it'd be so confusing.
It's
still confusing, but at least we're trying to be funny, right? Because that's, when you go through it, you're looking at it, and it's fucking nonsense. The plot is literal nonsense. It was like we have this theme of a guy going to school and then beating a bad guy at the end, and we'll just throw scenes in.
Yeah.
That's it.
To set up the world.
To set up the... Yeah, but come on. Like, for
Yeah.
a movie, you got to do a little
See,
more.
with Iron Man, it's easy because Iron Man is just the real world. It's just it's a billionaire dickhead.
And there's no...
So when he started Marvel, it like was very, you know.
Well, Iron Man's been around for, what, 80 years now? Or 70 years or something like that? So at least you didn't need to set him up. You're just like, okay, Iron Man, let's see where this goes.
Yeah.
With Harry Potter, you sort of want to know what's going on, but then when they try to explain it to you, you don't want to know. Like, because it doesn't make any sense, and eventually some of the stuff starts making sense when they connect it, but it just takes too long, or it's too many movies away. To where when you're watching one movie like Chamber of Secrets, it confuses the fuck as to what anybody's motive actually is in the movie. And they never really reveal it. Other than Snape helped them.
Yeah. I that's why I gave it the score I did.
Yeah.
I had it was number 7 on my list, and I gave it a 6.
Yeah, it's exactly the same for me, number
And
7.
a 6 was generous because it was the first movie and had to set up all the shit. That's the only reason why I was generous with
Probably
that.
just because we watched it first and we didn't realize how terrible it actually was. So we were like trying to be nice, but in reality, it's more of like a 4.
Like, that's one of the ones I'd rather not watch again.
But we can't give it a 4 because Harry Potter people will hate us.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly think if you say anything cross, they will come and get you. They'll use magic, fly their ass down to you and get you.
Yeah,
You believe hard enough.
I can see that.
But you know it's not magic.
What?
Twitter.
Yeah.
Which is where you can find
It
us.
almost, yeah. We're going to put our release schedule on Twitter of all the Harry Potter movies. We're not going to tell you what, but look for the full schedule.
Right, and you can. We'll also just be tweeting
Twitter.
out dumb stuff.
Yeah.
If you want to
Let us know your opinion on the Harry Potter movies, what you think.
Or if you hated us, let us know that.
Yeah, we'll respond.
We'll accept
You
hate
can
mail.
email us too at orderofopinion@gmail.com. Let us know anything you want.
Yeah, and check us out on iTunes and Stitcher. Go subscribe, download, review on iTunes. Come on, even hate mail is good. But if you want to do hate mail, still give us like 5 stars.
Yeah.
Like, even if the message is garbage.
And we'll take all the bots in the
We'll
world.
take every bot. Like, if you can invent more bots. I've said this before.
I'll make a Will Smith movie on our fucking podcast bots.
I
He
Stitcher
doesn't
bot.
trust him.
Yeah, pretty much. So, hopefully you enjoyed this one. I get it. Harry Potter is fucking confusing.
Yeah.
I think it confused us a little.
Yeah. And like I said, we're only reviewing this or breaking this down as the movie, not from being a fan of the books first.
Right. So, unlike
Save the crucifying.
unlike this movie though, there is an order to our opinion.